Hey everybody, sorry for making y'all wait 2 weeks. This week my interviewee is Randi Morgan. Also be on the lookout for more videos this week on Chillin with Trai. Welcome back. This is the third episode of Chillin with Trai. Today my guest is my friend and colleague Randi Morgan. How you doing today, Randi?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
So where are you from?
I'm from Chillin, Texas. It's about an hour away from Austin. So it's the Central Texas area. It's not a big city, but it's not a small town either, so it's kind of in the middle.
And what's probably your favorite part about being from Chillin?
I would say, oh my goodness. My favorite part is the idea that, I like to say Chillin is really diverse. Because we are right outside of Fort Hood, and a lot of people who are in the military come from different places. So when you say you're from Chillin, the automatic thing people say is, oh, are your parents in the military? And I like that people can kind of recognize that and know that about me, like, off the bat.
How did you make it from Chillin, Texas to Stephenville, Texas at Charleston State University?
I actually Googled most affordable colleges in Texas, and then Tarleton popped up, and a representative from Tarleton happened to come to our school and talk to us. So that's how I ended up here. I was also an animal science major when I first started, and so I knew that Tarleton was really good at animal science, so that's why I came here.
And you are a senior, right?
Yes.
What's it like being a senior about to head into the real world?
It's a mixture between I don't know what I'm doing and I don't feel like doing anything. It's exciting because it's like you finally get to go out and pursue your career, but at the same time it's a little bit scary and a little bit hard for me, especially senioritis is definitely real.
Do you have an idea of where you want to go or what career you want to pursue?
Yes, I want to be a social worker. Right now I'm looking at UT Arlington and Abilene Christian.
For graduate school?
Yeah, for grad school.
Did you ever think of graduate school when you came to Tarleton?
No. When I first came here, I really just wanted to get my degree and get out. And then I was talking to Dr. Laura Helvey Mason, my boss, and she's like, oh, whenever you get your master's. I was like, what? But then I thought about it, and I'm actually graduating in 3 years instead of 4. And because my dad's in the Army, his GI Bill pays for my education. So I have a year left on the GI Bill, and it's just that money's just going to sit there. So I'm like, might as well go to grad school.
Why not?
Yeah.
So what was one obstacle you had to face on your way to being successful?
Time management, definitely. I had to learn how to manage my time well to be able to get my assignments done and be able to still go to work and make money. Another thing I would say was getting involved. The first semester I wasn't very involved on campus, so I didn't really make a lot of friends. I didn't really feel like being here anymore. And I actually called my uncle crying because I was like, I can't do this. This isn't for me. And so I almost wanted to drop out. So that was definitely an obstacle, but I'm glad I'm here now. So.
What organizations are you a part of now?
Right now, it's the American Association of University Women. That's my main focus as far as organization. And then I still have my job at the Diversity Inclusion Office, and then I'm an RO.
How would you describe the association? Say it again.
The American Association of University Women.
How would you describe it to someone to a young lady who was interested?
So we are a gender equality group. Our organization, so we're just the Tarleton chapter. The national organization has been fighting for years to get women benefits and to have to change policies that aren't fair. So they focus on issues like equal pay, scholarships, what other things? Policies, scholarships, education and getting the word out there about women's history is the main thing. And so what we're focused on the campus is outreach. So we're trying to reach different populations. We're trying to get everyone involved in being aware about the issues that are happening and kind of try to level the playing field and help build women up into more professional roles so that they can be more equipped after they graduate.
And with there being an active movement for the equal treatment of women, the legalization of gay marriage, and the Black Lives Matter movement, do you think we're in the middle of the new civil rights?
Oh man, that is a good question. I haven't actually thought about that, but I would say yes, just because I feel like when people think about civil rights, the first thing they automatically think about is like Martin Luther King Jr., everything that happened with only a specific population of people. But now, with the legalization of gay marriage, there's been so much hatred and backlash from that people don't really know about. They don't really want to know about. They kind of just, push it aside. But I think definitely it is, as you were saying, kind of a second civil rights movement, because it's not just one population of people who are being discriminated against. Now it's like the groups that are considered minorities now. So if you're gay, if you're disabled, if you're not someone who identifies as white, in my opinion, if you're a woman, if you're not Christian and you live in the U.S., then it's all of these groups are finally being able to kind of get their voices out there and have those voices be heard so that they can have the same rights as everyone else. So yeah, I would actually think so.
So would you consider yourself a leader or someone who speaks up for those who don't have a voice?
I would consider myself to be. That's something that I strive to do, and honestly, I can't say that I've always done that. So I've kind of been a bystander. I would see things and say, oh, well, or hear things, and I would be kind of too scared to speak up. But I've gotten to the point to where I'm tired of it, and I'm more equipped now. I've developed skills to where I can actually explain to people and have conversations and say, that's not something that should be right, because one small joke, one little comment can turn into something that's way worse, and I think it was time for me to step up and stop being so scared to say something.
How would you want to be described as a young black leader, a young African American leader, or just Randi Morgan, a leader?
I'd like to be described as someone that inspires others to want to be better versions of themselves. So I don't ever want to be that leader where someone's like, oh, I want to be like exactly like that person. It's I don't want you to be another me. I want you to be you, but I want you to be able to look inside yourself and bring out those skills that maybe you didn't know that you had, but you do now because I was an example, but you're not trying to be exactly like me. So yeah, a leader like that.
Who or what would you say inspires you? It could be someone dead or alive, or both.
For me, the closest person I would say would be my cousin Shamil. I know it's she's not a celebrity or anything. I don't know if you're looking for someone like that. But my cousin Shamil, she's someone that I look up to. She's so smart, and she just has, it seems like she has her whole life together. She has goals, she has plans, she checks up on me, and she really transformed her life to where she didn't want to stay where she was. She didn't want to stay growing up in poverty, having to be in poverty her whole life. So now she worked very hard, to go through her education, and now she's doing well. And she tells me, she's like, I always eat a bowl of ramen so that I don't forget where I came from. And that to me, it just inspires me, because it's like, even though she developed into this leader that she is, and even though she's very successful now, it's like she doesn't act like she's too good to, she doesn't turn her back on anybody. And that's just really something that really sits with me.
Do you believe that's important, to never forget where you came from?
Definitely, because it's like, if you make it all the way to the top and you're turning your back on everyone else, then it's like you don't acknowledge the people who helped shape you into the person that you are. And you can't give back to your community. So like, if you're like, oh, I have to get out of here and I'm going to make it to the top and I'm going to forget about everybody else, and it's like, that community is still suffering. And there's people who are there who maybe they helped you out, but it's like you don't know them anymore. So I think that's really important for people to still identify with, or be able to know, like, these are the hardships that shaped me into who I am as a person.
Thank you again, Randy, for a great interview. Y'all make sure y'all follow her on her Twitter, follow me on my Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week on Chillin with Trai.